Alright, so I hope everybody's having a good day. This video is a little bit more about dieting, and I see many people do different types of diets depending on what you're trying to go for. I mean, whether it's muscle gain or weight loss or just simply trying to maintain a certain body size. But I've seen some people succeed, but I see more people actually fail. But there's one big reason why a lot of people I end up seeing fail at it. It's because a lot of people try to go cold turkey, and then they're eating a whole bunch of food that they're not used to eating because they've made a complete switch from everything they used to eat that they like to stuff that they're not used to eating, and that they don't necessarily like just yet. They haven't acquired the taste. So that's why, for me, I don't recommend anybody do anything like that, just cold turkey. The better approach is to wean yourself off. And it's the same thing that I've done, because when I was in my early 20s and teens, I used to just eat a whole lot of junk food. I mean, I wasn't really, I didn't really watch what I ate. But at the same time, it was just because I was younger, so my body could metabolize it all off. I mean, I ran track, played basketball, played football around the neighborhood growing up. I did all that stuff, all kinds of sports, and it just kept me in shape. But with age now, me being in my 30s now, it's not that easy anymore to just hold size without me at least trying now. So, and at the same time, as we age, it's not necessarily that we just become less active. Part of that, of course, are, for men, our testosterone levels drop, and for women, their testosterone levels take a change too with estrogen. But anyway, that's why you have to start looking at things. You have to look more at what you're eating as you age. And for me, like I said, I was gaining weight. I went from 174 to 202 pounds by the time I hit 28, 29. I was like, I got to change my diet back up, or change it up. So I had to drop things like eating candy and cookies, cakes, all that stuff. But you don't do it all at once. You have to gradually wean yourself off. So, and I started this process back in 2013 is when I really started weaning myself off. I started with dairy. I removed milk out of my diet. Do I still eat cheese? Yeah, I still eat cheese, but I weaned myself off of some things like dairy. I took out dairy milk and replaced it with almond milk, which is much better for your body. Then the next thing I took out was I took out chips. I replaced a lot of the chips that I ate with popcorn. And then the next thing I added along with that is I replaced a lot of those chips as well, not just only with popcorn, but also with mixed nuts. So both of those two snacks are far healthier than any chip that you can eat. But like I said, you just start off gradually. You still eat chips every now and then if that's what you like. If what you like is what you like, just slowly every week or every month, gradually eat less of that bad food and switch it out with something that's good that you do like. Experiment with different things that you like. I like mixed nuts. Not everybody probably likes them, but you have to experiment with different foods to figure out what you do and don't like. Same thing with vegetables. You want your diet to be based heavily in vegetables rather than fruit or meat. Actually, you want vegetables to be your number one thing you're consuming every day. But then you have to find out what you do like. And what I found easy for me to start off with was eating like celery or carrots and trying it with hummus. That also is a good substitute or snack versus eating chips all the time. And then I know some people, I'm naming all stuff that's for chips though, but chips were always my thing, no more than sweets. But for people that do like sweets, switch off of ice cream, trade that for yogurt. There's different probiotic yogurts that you can eat that are going to benefit you much more than eating all that sugar-filled ice cream. But then you do have to watch out for some yogurts, because some yogurts like Yoplait, even Activia, their regular Activia brand, has a lot of sugar in it. So look for a yogurt that has 0 sugar added, and if it does have natural sugar, look for something that's under 10 grams of sugar per container. Look for something that's kind of low. But if you really feel like you must have cookies, though, I mean, just eat them in moderation, and then try to find some cookies that are actually sugar-free. And when I say sugar-free, go for something that has sugar alcohol in it versus sugar substitute. It's not the same thing. Because I know someone's going to say something, be like, oh, but sugar substitute's bad for you. I know that. But that's why I say look for sugar alcohol. There's different sugar alcohols that are okay for your body to eat in moderation, that are better for you to consume versus eating sugar substitutes like all these synthetic sugars that I see people eating their coffee, I think it's like Equal, whatever those ones are called. I don't know all of them. That's another thing I gave up is coffee, because coffee can actually distort your body's hormone levels, and it actually forces your body to produce the stress hormone called cortisol. So yes, you still can eat these things in moderation, and that's why I said I believe much more in moderation, or having a moderated diet versus going pescatarian or vegan or vegetarian. I'm not going to knock all those diets, but you don't have to go that extreme just to get healthier. Just start moderating what you eat. Just start cutting out certain things. You love chips, like I said, find something that's a trade-off, that's salty or has some salt, that is a good trade-off to chips. Like I said, popcorn, mixed nuts were what worked for me. Or you can still eat multigrain chips and eat them with like a natural organic salsa, which is much better than eating like Cheetos and Doritos, Fritos, all that stuff. So you doing that in the long run and making these changes over a course of months and years, you're going to be much more successful at that than trying to be cold turkey and do everything at once. Because when you give up all that food that you love at once, then you're gonna struggle as soon as you see that slice of pizza that someone's eating or that burger that someone's eating. You're gonna have a very hard struggle moment, and just don't go through that. Just make the changes slowly. Trade out juice for sparkling water. There are some that are nasty, I'll admit that, but there are some that are actually good. There are some that I saw that do taste good. That's why I said make those changes slowly. Don't kill yourself by going extreme and trying to do everything hardcore at once. Do it gradually. If it takes you a year, 2 years to do all these changes, then fine. But I didn't get to where I am in my eating by doing it cold turkey, because I would have failed. I gave up chips. I rarely ever even eat chips now. I gave up soda. I gave up fruit juices, because all that stuff's just high in sugar and preservatives, stuff that's not going to be good for your body. And when I made these changes, my weight, even without me working out just yet, completely started dropping down. I just started losing weight just simply because I was eating higher quality food, and my energy levels were much better as well. And these are the changes. You want to live long in life, you got to make these changes to your diet, because as the saying goes, you eat to live, you don't live to eat.